Hey, welcome. How's everyone doing tonight? I may have still have Andrew muted. I forget.
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if you were going to properly introduce me or not.
Yeah, I probably should. We have a guest tonight for Andrew, because we are doing a visual novel tonight, and I quickly realized that I need help with those. Yeah.
At not overusing our voices. So sometimes we can shoot those voices easily if we're just doing it ourselves.
Alright. Well, rightfully so. I had Andrew muted because he doesn't deserve to speak. And also because I thought he may have been doubled up audio-wise. So.
Oh wait, was I not even being heard?
For a moment there. But
oh well.
Yeah. It's fine. You weren't saying anything important or insightful.
You don't know that.
Pat doesn't know that. I know that.
Rude.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm right with my tea. But briefly, hey Arcus. That's one of my friends mentioned I was doing a stream tonight, so they came along. This game is called Love on the Peacock Express. One of the many taglines is Train MILF's game. That is their @ on Twitter. That's a
very strong sales pitch, all said and done, not gonna lie.
It's very powerful. You have it right in the name. Just briefly, what's the description on this game? You have a love of two things: solving mysteries and kissing hot older women. Which I think is something we both have in common.
Those are indeed fun things to do, yeah.
Yeah. Neither of us is a lesbian, though. Which I mentioned because this was part of the Yuri Game Jam 2017, I think this was. Which was organized by, I don't know if you know Kitty Cat Star on Twitter, but she's been in and around our circles for a long time.
Nice.
Lilac, you're going to have to mute reality. You're going to have to mute one of the two if you don't want to hear double Andrew.
I've done that before when I was listening to like some of your streams and I heard you in the background. Like where it's like so that's what she sounds like 5 seconds into the future, which honestly kind of, now I think about it, sounds like a JoJo ability. Like
what you have to worry about is when you start hearing her on the stream first before you hear her in the other room.
Wow, that's man, that is some like actual like King Crimson shit going on right there.
I mean, Andrew. But if I mute his stream, I don't hear Jackson, which is super important. There we go. Yeah, so this was Yuri Game Jam. I found out about this game because they showed it off at TCAF, which is the case with the game we played last week, Sword and Stone.
TCAF, actually?
TCAF is the Toronto Comics and Arts Festival. So it's largely like a comics festival for like artists and such.
Was that the one where the creator of Kase-san came to a few years ago?
Yeah. So they've had some manga creators in the past years. Like when Junji Ito started doing like public appearances, one of the first ones he did was TCAF.
You could say he was really decaffeinated.
Yeah. Inio Asano was there the first year I was.
Really?
So that's why I now have 10 volumes of Dead Demons on that shelf behind me.
I've been meaning to... God, I still remember when it's like... I remember people recommended me Goodnight Pun Pun back in like high school or something, and that was like old scan days, and now I think it's just all available from Viz somehow.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 volumes of that. They're just very easily attainable.
I feel like that would be very good, but very depressing.
Yeah. I picked up a volume. The first thing of his I read was actually Solonin, which was like 24-year-old lady quits her job to start to become part of her boyfriend's band, and then those two break up.
Ooh.
Oh, it's melancholy as all hell. It's beautiful. Arcus, help me vote this onto the WMR podcast. I put those recommendations in the Google Doc. They need to get in. Side tangent. Yeah. Inio-san from there, Kaze-san, Jinjito. And they do a bunch of video games. Later, Alligator was there 1 year as a demo. All these things. What else do we have on this? I was looking for... because this was part of a game jam. This game is free, but it's pay what you want. And any of those funds go towards A, Planned Parenthood, and I think B was a Puerto Rican relief organization.
Really? Okay.
So this was back in 2017 when some of that stuff's quite important.
Let's be very honest, Jackson. That stuff is still important, especially giving support and relief to an organization like Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm. And we have a first-time Chapler. I'm staying with that. I'm sad that there was something called a Yuri Game Jam, and I never heard about it. Well...
Oh, hey, Grumpy! Yo! Hey, what's good, man?
I have good news. They're still all there on itch.io, and there's like 60 games in that collection. You could find it quite easily. And, they're all just very quick and enjoyable experiences. Yeah. I think I'm going to cut over to the actual game just to show you what we're dealing with here.
I'm very eager to test out my...
What we're dealing with is settings.
Yeah, I know right now I'm going to watch this through your Discord, I believe.
Yep, I just need to start sharing that because I was waiting to start the game until there.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is going to be completely unrelated. What is your Discord? I never asked this. What is your Discord PFP supposed to be?
That is some art I had commissioned of my OC character. It's the same one I have on Twitter, right? I think I did show it off on stream right after it came in the first time.
Right.
But just to show people what we're talking about. That's the small version of it.
All right, I think I'm definitely seeing a little bit of what you're talking about when you mentioned 5 FPS before. Is it coming in clear on the...
Yeah, it'll be coming in clear on the screen. Show transition. It would be smart if I was using studio mode to do something.
Oh, that is good art.
Yeah. That's by Kelly B on Twitter, who draws a lot of Usopp Nami smut.
Interesting pairing, alright.
It's a good pair. It's even better when you add in Sanji for an OT3.
Respectable. By the way, you think they're done with Shokugeki no Sanji chapters now? Because I think the last one they did was a Wano thing, so I'm like, okay, that probably means they're done now.
Yeah, potentially. If that's kind of what they're wanting to do. They probably got all they wanted out of that idea.
Yeah, I guess I was just personally a little disappointed they made the choice to do like I guess it makes sense, but it's like they did new Kama cooking chapter. Like, really? That was a choice.
Yeah.
It sure was.
Choice is accurate.
It wasn't one of the more tactful things Oda had ever done, and I did not trust the creator of Food Wars to give it any more tact, and I was right.
No, that's a good assertion.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a dangerous idea to you're playing with fire already, and
Pretty much, yeah.
And Oda is kind of riding at borderline, and then you hand it off to someone with that puts little care into it, and you get some stuff like that. Like, I think the first chapter of Shokugeki no Sanji was also borderline already, right?
I think the first chapter of Shokugeki no Sanji was basically, it was pre-Luffy, straight up.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, I like the one where they were in Alabasta. I thought that was a cool one.
Oh, is it? That's also just a really nice feast.
For sure. Which what do you think is going on with like the chapter, like the project of remaking a bunch of One Piece chapters with like manga artists and stuff? Because if they're still doing that, I really want to see like Horikoshi's take on a One Piece chapter. I just don't know which one.
When does Spider-Man appear in One Piece?
Spider-Man?
Not where, not if, when.
Got it. All right. So yeah, it seems clear on the stream, even if it's a little framey on my view of it on Discord. So I'm ready to go whenever you think you are.
I think I do need to readjust the frame a little bit because we gotta. I went and hit full screen on the application, and that threw some things off. All right.
Okay.
I think that's good enough, though.
Maybe I should.
So first thing we need to do is decide on a name.
So we are playing a gay lady in this, correct?
Yes, we are. We identify as female now.
Okie doke. So we need to come up with an actual for realsy name. Try and all right. What would be a? So let's think about it like this. We are playing. Hello.
You know you're echoing, right?
I am.
You are echoing on the stream. I said it in the chat like 5 minutes ago.
How do I fix it?
I
It's not you. It's a Jackson thing.
Is it me?
It's a Jackson fix, not a you fix.
That might be. Okay.
Still have a little dinner.
If I flip that switch, how's that, Stephanie?
Seashells down by the seashore.
I thought you were coming in doubled in like my ear, but that shouldn't have been.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say this: if anybody wants a free hot take right now, while I'm on the One Piece train right now,
You're better.
Okay. So if anybody wants a free hot take, man, everything involving the Yamato situation was the equivalent of bumbling a football at like the 5 to 10 yard line.
Yeah, it's really quite easy to do correctly.
It is, unless you're
and then people
editorial.
see and then people see boobs and their brain shuts down.
Like I said, that seems like I'm not caught up on chapters, so I'm not going to speak freely on that, but it just seemed like everything I was seeing about the character of Yamato up until like the anime had come out was like, okay, this is pretty clear. Everybody is on the same page. The One Piece manga translator and the text is very clear cut. So let's make it. It is, and then they just kind of fucking fumbled it. It's like, come on, guys, fucking really? Anyways, so role playing. So we got 3 different types of hot gay ladies already.
Yep.
So we got what do you say? We got a butch type, we got a business lady, and we got sort of like a
classy dame.
Classy dame.
Yep.
So, what our gay lady needs to be somebody who is of a different type. Let's say,
Are we going Russian, Lilac? Are we naming ourselves Yuri?
okay, you know what?
How's your Russian accent?
Not great. Definitely not great.
You do just go down an octave, right? Instead of anything else.
I can try, but I don't think it will be great. But I can do what I can.
I did understand stuff, but we also have to voice act this game, which means we have to make these jokes.
This is true. So I'm feeling sporty coach. That's what I'm feeling for our girl lover of choice.
I mean, would it help to see a picture of our lady?
I think that actually would help me tremendously, now that I think about it.
Let's see if I can pull up a picture of just our lead character.
Yeah, because
But
I'm very good at like trying to come up with a name of a character from like appearance and design wise. Like I said, that's one of my biggest claim to fames is our buddy Gott, who writes the webcomic Love and Be Loved on Webtoon. You should give it a read. When Gott was first creating their OCs, was pretty much just. Did you send that to me?
yeah, I sent that to you specifically just to do that quickly and not have to deal with a new OBS source.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna say that is a very that is a lady who rides the Mile High Club. Very much so. I get the feeling.
We don't need to headcanon her sexual preferences just yet. Let's start with her name.
Okay. Amelia. Ami for short. I'm feeling Amelia.
Alright. Let me type into the actual window and not my preview. Amelia. I do love that you have accidentally into the VTuber detective.
Oh god.
Just 360 no scoped right into that.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I was making a pilot thing, not a fucking. Oh my god, fine. All right. You want me to take the first crack at this?
Yeah, if you want the narrator voice.
A light breeze slips through Kite Station as the Peacock Express pulls up on the tracks. This late in the summer, it's starting to cool down, and I'm grateful for my jacket. That's not going to stop me from going on vacation. I've been waiting for months.
Please line up for the train in an orderly fashion. The conductor will take your passes one at a time.
Despite her request, the crowd surges forward, jostling me into the very center. Dodging bags and wayward elbows, I squeeze my way into the actual line as the door to the train slides open. It's a full week trip from start to finish, weaving around the country with stops in half a dozen major cities. For once, I can kick back and take the ultimate scenic route.
Tickets out, okay. Darlings. We have a lot of you to get through.
The conductor fills the doorway with a burst of flair and color, her rich red uniform lined with gold. She winks when I catch her eye, and heat rushes up my face.
Yeah, this is a dating sim, alright.
This is indeed a dating sim.
I like that she was introduced with shoujo flowers.
Not bad. You know what? If we're going for headcanons, it'll be a while before she gets to me, though. It will be a while, though. Anyways, if you want to go a headcanon route, I'm thinking that she is indeed a career pilot, and she decided she's not going to fly on her vacation because she's like, you know what? I've been in the air too much. Yes, I could get discounts and stuff, but you know what? Let's see how the lesser appreciated transportation system fares in this country. Let's ride, see what the ground floor is like.
Oh yeah, trains are the only way to travel. You're first in line, miss.
She's cut off by a ticket being shoved underneath her chin. The woman in front is tall, silver, and sharp as a polished blade. I can handle this one.
Okay.
If you would.
Oh, right. That's not her actual name. That's just what we think of her at first look.
Oh yeah, she is. Could have fucking fooled me.
I was prepared for an anime character named Silver Fox. Of course, ma'am. Wouldn't want to hold up a VIP.
A bright smile from the conductor goes unanswered, and once she's ripped off the tab for the ticket, the other woman vanishes inside the main car.
Next!
I scoot a couple of steps forward when there's a gap in the line, only to hear the conductor grunt with effort as two large canary yellow suitcases are urged right into her head. Oh, is this classy dame? Oh, I want to try my hand at a classy knockout femme. Ooh. Sorry, if you could help me with these real quick, I'll get out of your hair.
No problem, ma'am. How many of these do you have?
5? No, 6.
Excellent.
It's hard not to laugh as the conductor tries to juggle the suitcases, ticket, and gracefully accept the woman's apologies all at once. The passenger does her best to help, but there are just so many bags. That lady's got some baggage, you can tell.
I'll be right back, everyone. Here.
She returns a moment later, smoothing out the wrinkles in her vest, and calls up the next person in line. It's an older woman with her hair cut short and clean, reaching into the pockets of her jeans and taking out a brown wallet. I'll leave this one for you. Then she hesitates, letting that one drop before pulling a black wallet from her jacket instead.
Here you go, miss.
Salt and pepper butch.
Head on to the back, but try not to be a stranger to everyone, okay? This is a pleasure trip. I'll keep that in mind. Wouldn't want to disappoint a lady.
The scar across her mouth tugs tight when she smiles. A little flustered, the conductor waves her inside the train.
And next? Oh, that's me.
Oh, that's me. At least I don't have a lot of baggage to carry on board.
Only what you bring with you to the game.
That's what you tell yourself, lady.
Hello, sweetheart. Ticket, please.
Here you go.
Yeah. So this is the profile picture I was showing Andrew before. This is our lady.
She looks like. Oh my god! Did you have to call her Pixar lady? Come on.
This is our lady. I mean, you can headcanon the Pixar mom butt.
Oh, I can absolutely headcanon her with like a thick ass for sure. But like, I'm going for like cool like commercial airline pilot lady, and I thought you said like Pixar lady. I'm like, oh, were you trying to say pixie cut?
Here's a pic of our lady. Pic of. Yeah. She kind of looks like the girl from Mega Man.
Oh my god, I hate. Oh, why?
Thank you, Arcus.
Oh my god, I see it now. Oh.
Should I read for narrator for a bit?
This one looks like she's a little more into that Bluesy, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, she holds it up to a light for. Oh god.
Before tearing off the shore end and handing the rest of the ticket back. I wonder if the conductor likes her job. I guess I could always ask.
Oh, this is what I'm doing. Is this work as exciting as it looks?
Her laughter is light, almost playful. I catch a twinkle in the conductor's eye as she looks over me from head to toe. What do you think? Exciting depends on your definition. It might be, depending on what you do for a living.
Oh, I'm a private investigator.
Not to destroy your headcanon, but she does have a profession. She can moonlight as both.
Fair enough.
That's not how that expression works, but yes. Like the classic type. Sorry, you should read this, Ben.
Okay, like the classic type. Sniffing out clues, poring over files in my tiny office at home. Smooth jazz playing in the background as I think, God damn, my landlord's got some huge tits.
It's all monochrome.
All monochrome and stuff. I don't have enough cases to hire a secretary, though. Hopefully I will soon. I like to imagine that she likes to pretend to smoke cigarettes, but she doesn't actually like smoking, so she just has like a pack of like candy cigarettes on her desk.
Oh, yeah, of course, not Pixie Sticks, but, are they Popeye Sticks?
Maybe.
Are you now? Interesting. Then shouldn't you know whether or not I like my job? Sharpen your eye, Gumshoe.
Ooh.
Now you have to start doing the Gumshoe voice from Ace Attorney.
Oh, damn.
We could just stay on this screen for a bit if you want.
Her thighs are not bad. Her thighs are not bad at all.
She's filling out the suit pants nicely.
That she is.
Oh.
That she is.
Sorry, this is gameplay.
What?
Let's start with the hat. And not the pants.
That's funny. The symbol on her hat doesn't match the one on the outside of the train.
Not enough to make everything match, I guess? Or nice hat. I think we should try to impress this lady.
Yeah. Let's try. I can work. Oh my god. What's on her fucking sunglasses? Not enough to make everything... Not enough to make everything match, I guess. Her lips purse, and I think I might have struck a nerve. Wait, did we make her mad?
My satirical inclinations aside, how much did that really tell you?
Okay, so now let's check the uniform.
Uniform.
Her clothes look brand new, like they've just come right off the rack. Either the train company charges them with every season, or she hasn't been doing her job very long.
I'm gonna guess they just changed them. New uniforms, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with new uniform, not new employee. Well, you make the fall colors look really good.
Well, you make the fall colors look really good. The light brightens the conductor's eyes.
There we go. See, we just have to smooth. We have to placate them instead of the mystery. Maybe I'm not sure how much that will show on my annual review, but I appreciate it.
And yeah,
lastly,
then we take a look at her face, and then we do a train kabedon, which I don't know how effective a train kabedon's gonna work while the train's moving. She's definitely
It starts out effective, and then you just slide away as it picks up speed.
Oh yeah, she's definitely teasing me. That could mean the conductor really does like her job, or she's being snarky to call attention to the obvious. Either way, she's pretty and a little older than I expected at first glance.
I think you're pulling my leg, or you probably like it. I know a fake service smile when I see one.
I get the feeling she likes pulling our leg. I think you like pulling my leg. Feigning offense with a sigh, the conductor puts a hand over her heart.
You wound me, young lady.
Oh, she's fun. Before I can open my mouth again, the conductor hushes me with a light squeeze on one shoulder.
Fun as it is to chat, there are plenty of people in line behind you. And we've been holding them all up this entire time. The train is not on schedule at all anymore.
Oh god, you're right.
And I'm afraid your ticket wasn't an early bird reservation. No assigned seat.
What does that mean?
It means you have to choose who to share a car with. The whole passenger manifest is a mile long, so how about you make my life a little easier and choose from the 3 ladies that already came aboard?
Wow, really boxing us into these paths.
I'm sure they'll all make for charming company.
Can I ride with you? I don't know.
You haven't earned the right. You haven't earned the right.
Balls. Okay. She holds out a trio of tickets for me, and I take a closer look. So we're just staring these people's private... Okay,
So we have 3 options.
We have Classy Dame. We've got Cool as Cucumber Butch. And we got Silver Fox Lady.
Yeah. I will say when I played, I went for the Silver Fox. So I've only seen her route.
I'll admit I was also kind of feeling Silver Fox personally. So...
All right. We can go that route first. If you want to keep doing the voice for the Silver Fox, I can trade off and take Amelia.
Okay.
Return. So yeah, we'll do that way.
I'm feeling Silver Fox right now.
Yeah. The call from the chat is also a vote for Silver Fox.
Okay, was the call from Crimson? In which case, yeah. So we're on a pretty similar wavelength. I think let's go Silver Fox. Oh, you already did it. Okay.
All right. I remember that silver-haired woman, the one who had so boldly cut in front of the line. A woman like that knows what she wants and how to get it. That thought gives me a little thrill. Plus, her behavior took my curiosity. Why had she been in such a hurry? I would like this cabin, please.
You ever try making a train when you have like minutes left to spare? There's that level of anxiety and thrill when you finally make it.
I have been quite close a number of times. Because that's usually how I travel back home for the holidays. It's much easier to take the train than have someone pick me up.
The conductor chuckles, seemingly in anticipation.
Oh. The VIP cabin? A lady with high standards. Unfortunately for you, so is its current resident. Let's hope you can convince her to let you stay. Oh, well, if it's a problem, I can... Move along, please. We're on a tight schedule. Oh, I missed that last one, but whoever was behind. I'm sure it was just set dressing. All right, now we get cars.
Each cabin on the Peacock Express is as comfortable and aesthetically pleasing as it needs to be, but the VIP cabins are something else. The cushions are softer, the bublés are shinier. Is that how you say it?
Baubles.
Baubles. What's a bauble?
I think just kind of like a spherical glass type things.
Got it. I saw that and I thought of like bublés. I'm gonna say bublés. The bublés are shinier, the seats more spacious. I'm surprised the conductor let some common passenger like me set foot in a VIP cabin, let alone occupy one. The sharp-looking woman from before sits in one of the seats. A stack of manila folders sits behind her, and she seems too distracted pursuing papers to notice my entrance. All right, I'll let you get back to the narration yourself once.
All right, yeah. So we've traded off now. Hello, don't mind me. I'm just going to stow my things away. Insert myself into this cabin that you didn't ask me to.
Don't worry.
I shoved my things in one compartment above my head. When I turned back around, her eyes lock on me with mine in a cold, steely gaze. The moment is brief, however, and she wordlessly returns her attention to her files. I sit in the seat across from her. Looks like we're going to be sharing a car for the journey. My name is Amelia, private investigator.
Cassandra. Charmed.
Wow, she didn't even look up at the time. Talk about a frosty reception. Good thing I'm an expert at cracking open cold cases. This is going to be... We're entering the pun zone.
Oh, I can work with that.
I gesture toward the window and look outwards. It's a beautiful time of year to be traveling, isn't it? I was a little disappointed when I couldn't squeeze any vacation time in when it was warmer, but the sight of leaves changing makes it all worth the wait. And this train is so enchanting, I bet it looks downright picturesque from the outside. A luxury train racing across the countryside. I hear a scoff. I turn to see that Cassandra has shut one of the manila envelope folders in her lap, her lips pursed in a thin line.
Astounding. It seems that VIP tickets mean absolutely nothing these days.
Oh, you expected to have the car to yourself, I take it. maybe that's usually the case, but it sounds like this ride is at full capacity. So yeah, it looks like you're stuck with me.
I'm glad to be living the escapist fantasy where like an American train line is full capacity.
Oh. Well, they don't have as much capacity anymore, right? Because you need to be socially distanced from all the air passengers.
All right, touche.
But trust me when I tell you, I'm going to be the most interesting and charming train buddy you could have. I've got my book of knock-knock jokes with me. They'll be great. She rolls her eyes and starts to sift through another stack of papers. But you seem more like a woman of action. You're on a fancy train bound to travel the countryside for a week. But you're dressed up, sharp as a tack. I think you're still on the job. You're digging through these folders, but you're not just browsing, you're looking for something. You have evidence in your hands, and you're trying to piece it together. Combine that with the freshly pressed suit, and the desire for a private cabin? You are an agent for the CIA.
Oh my god.
Or, shoot, you might be a Russian spy. Cassandra sighs heavily. She abandons the folders, and, oh my god, I accused her of being a spy, and now she's reaching for something in one of her suit's inner pockets. Oh dear.
Did you just hand you a business card, you fucking dork?
I begin to sweat as she withdraws a tiny case from her pocket, opens it, brandishes a deadly set of business cards.
Don't be careful of those cards. They could stop a gun. I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Well, you guys have business cards for the podcast, right? I assume you just get into street fights with those.
I'd love to chuck a fucking dumb talk business card to try and disarm an armed assailant and be like, comment, and subscribe, motherfucker.
You have to get the word out there. Amelia must have said under Sherlock Sholmes we have from the chat.
I get that impression.
I begin to sweat. Ooh, there we go. I can just scroll it back to get when I accidentally skip something. I begin to sweat as she withdraws a tiny case from her pocket, opens it, and business cards. Cassandra, what are you?
Be quiet and pay attention.
Cassandra clutches the cards between two hands and twists, tearing them clean down the middle. She hands me the contents of one of her hands, tossing the rest back into the case.
Given that you absolutely refuse to leave me in peace, I will humor you for the time being. In your hands are pieces of business cards from various sources. One of them belongs to me. If you can correctly guess my last name and what I do, then I might consider you worthy of my attention.
All these women are going to want to play games to earn their affection, or at least like one affection point. My heart races. A test of dedication to impress a woman. Now this Deduction. I can do. Deduction, not dedication. Sorry. Before
she is dedicated to trying to unravel what makes them tick.
Yeah. Before I sift through these business cards, let's have a look at Cassandra.
Let's.
Not only does that jacket look crisp and clean, it seems to be custom tailored. It fits her perfectly. No?
No wedding ring. No wedding ring, but I can see a gold watch peeking out from the edge of her sleeve. Between that and the suit, she's obviously pretty wealthy.
She's also right-handed, judging by how she sorted through those papers. As for her physical appearance, the lines around her mouth and eyes, as well as that silver hair, puts her somewhere in her late 50s or early 60s. She looks great, though. There's not a hair out of place, her gaze is alert and confident, and her features are sharp and defined. Gosh, I hope I'm not blushing.
You are, sweetie. You are.
We can see it on your face. At any rate, none of these details are screaming any one occupation. She could be a politician, a businesswoman, a clown in disguise.
Sweetheart, the only clown here is you right now.
Or a secret agent.
Case in point. Do your investigations usually require this much gawking?
No, only the ones with pretty clients. Of course, appearances can say a lot about a person. In my line of work, sometimes you really can judge a book by its cover.
Interesting. We agree on that much, at least.
Oh yeah? You you weren't exactly keeping my eyes to yourself just now. What do you think when you look at me? Keeping your eyes to yourself just now. What do you think when you look at me?
Get back to work.
She's got the DreamWorks eyebrows going.
I'm gonna take a wager, and I'm gonna say attorney. Like, that's my first guess without even going any further in. I'm gonna say defense attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Defense attorney or lawyer.
Yep. I start to flip through the card scraps Cassandra gave me. For each one, the only information left intact seems to be the surname. The names are as follows: Batia, Fiore, Sanchez, Valdez, Ezra, Tamaki, and Kite. They're all different names, but wait a second. These business cards, they all look the same. Their designs are stunning.
What? Maybe they all look the same?
It's gonna be, she's a graphic designer, and we picked poorly. They all look the same.
Hardly. Here, notice the eggshell coloring and O'Malley type. And this one, bone with Cillian rail.
Okay. I know some of fonts. I know a bit more about fonts than the average person just because of podcast editing. Haven't heard of either of these types though.
I feel like these are like made up fonts so that you don't run into copyright, which I mean, you can probably run into copyright problems with font colors.
Yeah, no, you need a license for a lot of them that I've tried to get for the show. But Google types, all perfectly fine.
You see, completely different.
Hold up, now that I'm looking these over, the name Kite rings a bell. Yes, that's it. Despite we departed from Kite Station, and that means your name is Cassandra Kite, isn't it? CEO of Kite Transit?
Oh.
I think we chose poorly on the last option.
Okay.
We're not going to impress her with that. For the first time.
Yep.
First time, I see a hint of a smile from Cassandra. It's small, but still makes me flush with pride.
That's right. I'm a huge name in transportation and infrastructure.
But that means you're one of the richest CEOs in the world.
Right again. You can see, then, why I might have more important things to do than sit and chat with a random passenger. So there you have it. You proved that you have a few tricks up your sleeve, and I proved that I am a very, very busy woman.
You could be busier.
In other words, stop bothering me.
Somehow, her words only make me blush harder. I was closer to the mark with my first guess than you let on, wasn't I?
Excuse me?
Maybe you're no secret agent, but you really are looking for something. You seemed really concerned when you were searching through those files. Don't take this the wrong way, but clearly you have a problem. Don't take this the kind of problem a private investigator might be able to solve.
Very well. Yes, I seem to have stumbled upon a bit of a mess.
I'm getting trigger finger happy. Just right clicking.
You're good. You mentioned employing the skills of a private investigator. Where, oh where, could I find one of those in the middle of an extended train excursion?
Well, I guess I could put my vacation on pause.
Very well, consider yourself hired, Amelia, on one condition.
You name it, you got it. Cassandra's eyes flit over me. Then she holds my gaze.
The terms are simple. If you can solve this debacle for me, I will reward you graciously as you are due.
With a smooch.
If you fail, however, you are not to speak to me for the remainder of the trip. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am. That sounds fair to me. So, what's the job? She pauses one last time, considering. Then she picks her way through one of the folders on her lap until she plucks a stapled packet from its depths. I'm seeing from the chat, Cassandra has given me some Kaiba vibes, right down to the cool coat.
Oh my god. See, now I'm just trying to imagine that right now, where it's like...
Kaiba as a gilf?
Oh, okay. Oh, I wasn't ready for you to just say that. Oh, okay. I need a second. Hang on. I need to do some soul searching. Give me a second.
Y'all got any of those hydrate redeems?
Oh. You're a third-rate detective with a fourth-rate... Oh, fuck, no, I didn't think of that.
Fourth-rate scarf?
You're a third-rate detective with a fourth-grade scarf. It doesn't even match your fucking jacket. Filthy casual.
Alright, let's continue.
I picked a bad time to continue eating.
I'm sorry.
Before we discuss any further details, you must sign this. This is what we call in the industry a non-disclosure agreement. This is very important in the entertainment industry, so don't fuck up.
I'm pretty sure that's literally what we're about to sign. I accept the packet and skim through its contents. There's a lot of legal jargon, but I managed to glean enough meaning from it to understand its purpose.
Oh my god, it actually is.
This is an NDA?
Indeed it is. Consider it a formality. I'm casting you as the position of my detective, and you are not allowed to share on it on social media for several months until approved from my proper business partners, okay? Okay.
Not even to take a boothie.
Never a boothie.
A formality that would let you sue the pants off me. Sure.
In due time. What would a trainee
Wait, what?
be?
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. You were making a joke before
I was doing a bit. I was like, what would this be? Like a Kari? A trainee?
Oh,
Box Kari?
I think you could still get away with Boothie because this is a train booth.
Touche. Alright, no boothies allowed, so says Cassandra Kite. Will you sign it or not? You're trying my patience as it is.
Sorry, I'm signing it. Or I'd like a little more. I'd like to know a little more before I accidentally sign my soul away to the devil. No, we're just going to. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. I'm sorry. Let me just. There. Hey, we got flowers for that one.
Thank you for understanding. So, like,
You
I'm
do
gonna
what the
go
business.
with Amelia's, like, I'm gonna say, like, 32.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she's not quite baby enough to be early mid-20s, but I don't think she's aesthetically appearance-wise old enough to be anywhere past like 35. So I'm gonna go with 32.
So not quite Devil Wears Prada young of like just out of college, working the first job with Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
A bit less of an age gap there.
Mm-hmm.
I scribble Amelia P.I. in the designated space. Cassandra lets me, accepts it, and files it away. She then places the stack of folders on the seat before her and faces me squarely, staring with an intensity that affirms the gravity of her situation.
In simple terms, I believe one of my employees has betrayed me.
Oh. A murder most foul?
I believe they sold some of my tech details to my grandfather, Gozaburo Kite.
Betrayed? In what way?
This is what I'm trying to find out. If someone means to have me removed from the executive board, I need to know who they are and how they are doing it.
I see. So, if you don't know what they're doing to sabotage you, how do you know what someone's coming after you in the first place?
You know, so if I'm to explain where I think what this character reminds me of, and if I was to do, because we do dumb talk and stuff. Cassandra's giving me major Rachel Robinson vibes, but as far as like a character she's actually reminding me of, she actually reminds me a lot more of the CEO of the Shirato group from Megalobox, funny enough.
Right, yeah. The female CEO, right?
She's got the vibe of somebody who isn't exactly corrupt, but isn't exactly, is a little colder and harsher than you'd think.
Spends a lot of time in the wolf's den, even if she's not a wolf herself.
Yeah, basically. She's kind of faked it long enough to the point that she is basically a sheep in wolf's clothing. There have been rumors that I cannot ignore. So I had my secretary assemble as much possible evidence as she could find. This is also reminding me, I kind of headcanoned that her secretary, and that may or may not have been her personal secretary as well. Sure enough, I'm finding oddities. Numbers that don't add up, people in the company I don't remember existing. I just haven't been able to fully parse it all. It's all in front of me, but I don't know who the evidence implicates. If I don't identify the culprit by the time of my daughter's piano recital, I'm afraid it will be too late.
Oh, she has.
Amelia's gonna hear daughter. It's like, oh, so you are a MILF.
I'm gonna be that kid's new mommy.
Oh God, you're right.
Your daughter's recital.
You know what? I could see Lydia McKay too. Actually, that also works. Yes, that was originally the end goal of this trip. I was going to have a pleasant train ride in a luxury cabin and arrive at our destination in time to see my daughter perform. Instead, I'm going to be racking my brain over these documents while the ghost of my job security haunts me every waking hour.
Yikes. Talk about poor timing. Can you tell me a little bit about your daughter? Just out of curiosity. I'm gonna need to know what to buy her for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
To my surprise, Cassandra's scowl softens.
Yes, of course. My daughter turned 10 last June. I adopted her when she was an only infant, and have raised her on my own ever since. Well, except when I've needed to hire a nanny.
Of course.
I've been away overseeing a critical project for the past week and a half, and I'm eager to return home to see her and the product of her piano lessons. But if those rumors turn out to be true and I'm ousted from the board...
She closes her eyes, then shakes her head. When Cassandra looks at me again, her scowl has returned.
Enough small talk. Now that you know the core details, I need to know that you are committed to helping me solve this riddle. Will you help me, Yuki? I mean, Amelia.
Help me, Yuki, you're my only hope. I look at Cassandra. At her well-pressed suit and perfectly styled hair, she is the very picture of an important, powerful woman. But here she is asking me for help.
Amelia's here being like, I love watching powerful women beg at my feet. It gets me so...
I was just gonna say squirm. I like watching powerful women squirm, but that works too. Maybe she's only humoring... Maybe she was only humoring me at first, but I think now that all her cards are out on the table, she's really worried. After all, if she loses her job, it won't just be her that's affected. She's thinking about her daughter, too.
Yuriko, that was her name. Thank you, Crimson.
Then again, she is one of the richest CEOs in the world. In all likelihood, she'll have some money to fall back on. Her pride might be what's in greater danger here.
I think it was either way was the one last.
Yep. Either way, I can't shake the feeling that I got when Cassandra smiled at me. That feeling alone is enough to sway my decision. I stick my open hand out towards her. Miss Kite, you can count on me. I'm on the case. Amusement shows in faint creases around her eyes. She takes my hand and shakes it.
Glad to hear it, Miss Amelia. We'll start here.
Cassandra gathers her stack of files and dumps them into my arms. I'm sensing gameplay again.
On the top is a cover letter that says, "Here are the documents you requested, Miss Kite." A messy signature adorns the bottom. I can take over doing some of the narration, give you a little breather.
Okay.
Placing the letters aside, I make my way through the files, skimming each of them as Cassandra speaks to me. The rumors actually started a few months ago. I thought little of them at first. When you're in a position of power, you hear whispers all the time, of course, but their persistence demanded my attention. I kept a wary eye on her numbers, but never saw anything conclusive. It wasn't until I had everything in front of me that I realized just how serious the danger is. I want to agree with her and say that these reports look totally shady, but the truth is, I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. They're so full of busy graphs and corporate jargon. I can't make heads or tails of any of it. Meanwhile, Cassandra is getting into full businesswoman mode, talking about quarterly reports and holdings and partnerships, somehow all in the same breath.
Hey, Cassandra.
She pauses and raises an eyebrow. What is it?
I don't think we're going to find anything just by looking at reports. I mean, sure, you've noticed a few quirks in the files, but understanding the big picture might require us to take a more humanistic approach. Please, for the love of God, my eyes are glazing over at all these numbers.
I don't understand what you mean. Do you not know what a quarterly earning is? Please stop talking. This business is frying my brain no good no more.
What I'm trying to say is what we need to understand. What we need to do is understand the trader's motive. Figuring out why they're doing this will help us narrow down our list of suspects. Numbers and graphs don't show the motive, though. People do.
Ark, I like your thinking. I'm actually feeling like a very quirky, bubbly Caitlyn Glass for our Amelia here. Actually, I think that works out pretty nicely. Cassandra frowns at this, knitting her brow into a deep scowl. She doesn't protest, though. In fact, she turns to take something out of her bag. Eventually, she plucks a photo from within and hands it to me. Here, this is a photo of the executive board of Kite Transit. My top suspects are circled in red. They'll have both the power and ability to dethrone me.
Nice. All right, we have gameplay mode.
Okay, I'm gonna click the one on the far right because he's got that major had to do it to them energy. I don't trust him as far as I can fucking throw him.
You know he had to do it to him. I look at the rightmost circled figure. They seem to be a little younger than the others.
That's the Chief Informative Officer, or CIO. They manage our databases and keep Kite Transit fitted with the latest innovations in transport. You good?
Yeah, we're fine.
There we go. To be honest, they aren't the type to grasp for money or power. They rarely express interest in anything beyond their computer screens.
So why are they on the suspect list?
Of the three, they're the one with the ability to manipulate the data. Give some numbers a nudge in just the right places, and it can cause a chain reaction, eventually resulting in disaster. A disaster which, naturally, would be pinned on me. I'm going to say I'm going to save the balding white dude for last because he is automatically the prime suspect. Go for the lady on the left.
Okay. I examine the leftmost circled figure. She appears to be a middle-aged woman, a bit younger than Cassandra.
No innocent man wears a purple suit. Joker, Kira, a pimp named Slick. Yeah. Fuck. Okay, that's good. That is our chief operating officer and my second in command. The COO has power over human resources. Ooh, yeah, don't trust human resources.
So you think the second in command might want to be the first in command?
Possibly. I've rejected quite a few people she's wanted me to hire. Maybe she's grown tired of butting heads with me. If I was out of the picture, she'd be able to bring in as many of her people as she'd like. And of course, balding, out of touch, boomer, Republican energy from this guy. So automatically the most sus.
Yeah. I'm not used to seeing this character type fully clothed.
Oh my... Oh no! God. Oh God, man. What the fuck?
The milk, you called him the most suspicious. The milk figure is an older, balding man.
The chief financial officer. As CFO, he handles financial risks. He's meek. Almost spineless, really. But he's also the one to take whatever path leads to the most money. And he's even the Starscream of the group. That checks out. With me gone, he would be able to cut as many corners as he'd like and make inordinate sums of money. Plus, he'd know how to manage it all.
So the motive here is money.
To an extent, yes.
Your suspects are your top board members? Huh.
What's wrong?
I guess no corporation is complete without shady characters? Or you seem like you have such high standards. Why did you even hire such untrustworthy people?
Let's see. I guess it's a question of where does my heart versus what does the story call for? Because my heart leading socialism heart is of the, I guess, no corporation is complete without shady characters, huh? That's how I see it. I just don't know if that is the optimal way to approach this.
I'm also leaning towards the first option because I don't want to insult her and her character judgment skills.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, let's go full sickle and hammer on this.
I was trying to pull back a quote from I am the man who arranges the blocks, but I can pull anything. Oh, the markets are free, so much money for me. I guess no corporation is complete without its shady characters, huh?
Cassandra looks unamused. She probably doesn't like jokes poking fun at her life's work.
We've chose poorly.
Fuck. Moving on. Perhaps I'm not painting the board in the best light. Despite my misgivings, they are capable workers and have been for years.
I think it would join back up here, right? Okay. Whichever choice we picked.
Okay.
This seems like the same path.
But you know how these old partnerships go. Spend too much time with somebody and you grow sick of them. I just didn't expect one of them to be this spiteful.
So basically, you think the primary motive here is general animosity. That seems a little far-fetched, to be honest. There's usually some kind of catalyst, a final straw sort of thing. Have there been any fights between you and any of the other board members that may have pushed them over the edge?
Did you deny somebody their Christmas bonus? Did you get into the NFT market without their consent? You know, anything that might actually piss them off.
Have you been crunching them to hell and back?
Giving them the old Nestle crunch. We often have petty squabbles over small details. Such is the nature of the business. But there have been no major incidents in recent memory.
Then why do you think that's the motive?
Cassandra sighs. It's clear her patience is wearing thin. Nevertheless, she maintains her composure and reaches into her files again. This is the only proof I have that one of them is unhappy with me. Try telling me that isn't evidence enough. Cassandra fishes out a note and hands it to me. I examine it closely. I was kind of hoping the note would be written in a bunch of cutouts of letters from magazines and newspapers, like in movies, but no luck. I don't know how much of a successful PI you are. I think you might just be a little bit of a gay dork. The message is handwritten on the kind of paper you'd find in an office printer. It reads, "I deserve your place."
Who hasn't felt this, right?
Have you ever considered that, like, maybe somebody is, like, into you and basically was like, God, I wish that were me? I found it pinned to my desk a week ago. Clearly, somebody is unhappy with their position. Unhappy enough to confirm my suspicions in very plain terms. But it makes no sense at all. I've been consistently generous with promotions, bonuses, and benefits. I've given them all the time they've desired, and none of them have expressed any desire for more. Why this sudden discontent?
I look at the photo again, staring at each board member in turn. They each have similar plastered-on smiles, the kind you give for those obligatory group photos. Even Cassandra's expression is marginally less dour.
Why is she not distrustful of the one that looks like a fucking dead ringer for Reagan? Oh, you're skipping through all these.
Yeah. There. One of these people must be the culprit. It's clear the note wasn't left by some random prankster. It had to be someone with access to Cassandra's desk. You're talking about this guy that looks like Reagan?
Yeah, the blue sweater turtleneck.
Yeah, it is.
He looks like he's going to have a very piss poor response to the AIDS crisis, is what I'm saying.
Yet as I consider each option, recounting what she told me about each suspect, something doesn't feel quite right. Each suspect has a vague reason to dispose Cassandra, sure, but none of them seem worth the risk. The motives are too weak. Mediocre. And if Cassandra is to be believed, there haven't been any serious disagreements recently that may have prompted the culprit to turn on her. No, there must be something else, some other factor that I'm not seeing. Let's look at the photo one more time. We have the CEO, the COO, the CFO, the CIO. Wait a second.
EIEIO.
IEO. Cassandra. John Madden. Cassandra said.
See, I was going for System of a Down. You were going for the Moon video.
AU. John Madden.
Oh! Question mark, exclamation point. Question mark, exclamation point.
Cassandra said this photo includes Kite's Transit Executive Board. But if they're all in the shot, Cassandra, who took this photo?
Cassandra scoffs and rolls her eyes. I think it's the biggest display of emotions I've managed to get out of her.
We have an automatic camera, you dumb broad.
Yeah. What, may I ask, does this have to do with the case? You're not listening. I told you these are the only three people who could be the traitor. I hired you operating under the assumption that you would take this seriously.
No, I'm looking to outsmart the game. I take my cases very seriously, Miss Kite. Miss Kite, this will all go a lot smoother if you cooperate and answer my questions.
I get the feeling that she doesn't care for me being cute. I think she cares for me being direct.
Yeah, that's probably correct.
So I think this will go a lot smoother if you cooperate.
Yeah. Miss Kite, yeah.
Cooperate? You're the one tossing all my evidence in the shredder. First you disregard my reports, and now the suspects I've spent days carefully considering.
I'm not disregarding anything. I just want to get every detail I can.
Cassandra gives me a hard stare, more intense than any she's given me to this point. I meet her gaze, determined not to let her see me flinch, though my heart is pounding in my ears. Eventually, Cassandra sighs and breaks eye contact. Fine. If you want to ask such meandering questions, I will humor you. My secretary took the photo. Ironically, even though she isn't in the shot, she is the most reliable person in my life at present.
Stare directly into camera.
Okay, you know, I'm starting to get the impression that like my Yukiko Shirato comparison might have been a little more apt than I thought. She ensures every task is completed to the letter, even when it means staying late. She handles my appointments, filters my phone calls, picks up my morning coffee, performs nearly any task you can think of. My life would be chaos without her. She's been angling for a promotion for years, but I can say without a doubt that there is no person I would rather have handling my schedule. She is irreplaceable.
Hearing that, an idea pops into my head. I rummage around until I find the cover letter again. I point to the scribbled name at the bottom of the page. Is this the secretary's signature then?
Indeed, she gathered all the documents you see here as per my request.
I nod and hold the threatening note so that it is adjacent to the cover letter's signature. It appears that the two are written in the same pen. In addition, the signature is less legible. There are a few quirks that are present in both documents. The lack of a sloop, the tiny lettering, the closed loops. There's no doubt about it. The person who signed the letter and also wrote the threat. Cassandra, did you have any suspects aside from those three on the executive board?
No, nobody else has the ability to affect these reports in such a way.
But you don't have any definitive evidence pointing to any of them, and you say you've been fair to each of them in regards to pay and benefits?
In a nutshell, yes.
But you've been denying your secretary's request for a promotion.
I have, but for good reason.
Does she see it the same way? Cassandra pauses. She watches me through narrowed eyes.
What do you mean, speak plainly?
I mean, I don't think someone who was happy with their position would continue to ask for a promotion. Your secretary has been working dutifully, more so than most of the executive board, so it sounds like, but there's no payoff. That has to get tiring after years of hard work. With this in mind, don't you think there's a possibility she could be the culprit?
Sandra gives me an absolutely incredulous look, her eyes wide. Excuse me? I must have misheard you. It sounded like you said my secretary of all people is the traitor.
That's right. If you'll allow me to explain.
You've come to this conclusion after having listened to me rave about my secretary's reliability and loyalty?
It's always the loyal ones. I don't think she's as loyal as you think. In fact, I think she's plotting against you.
But that's impossible. She has no real power over me. She hasn't the money nor the status. Why, it would be like David trying to take down Goliath.
Masaka.
Baccarat. Impossible. Or didn't David win that one? Maybe this isn't the best time to correct her.
Details. I know it's hard to believe, but if you let me lay out the evidence, I think you'll start to understand.
I certainly hope so.
Now then, first of all...
There's some unique quirks found in the note and the cover of the signature. Obviously the same person. I think just saying obviously the same person's going to piss her off. I think there are some unique quirks found. You got to explain it to her like in a... Like, you are elementary, my dear Holmes.
Yeah, we're doing tech support with Grandma here.
Yeah, God. Man, that is... We're trying to court her, and you're like, oh, we're doing tech support with Grandma. Like...
There are some unique quirks found in the note and the cover letter signature.
You cleared all the cookies in my browser. If only you can clear... something else. Okay. Quirks.
So in My Hero Academia...
This is what you get for agreeing to do this with me, just so you know. This is what you signed up for. Quirks? What do you mean?
little details in the handwriting, things like how the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Everyone writes differently, so their handwriting is like a fingerprint.
I see. So you're saying the same hand penned both the signature and the note.
I mean, those shoujo flowers. Exactly. See right here, the letters are about the same size and they lean the same way, plus the ink looks to be the same.
I see. There are fair few similarities now that I'm looking more closely. That said, I hope you've considered more evidence than a messy signature and vague note.
For sure. We have to consider the motive, too.
You know what? This is why you send your threatening notes typed. That's exactly why. I cover your trail better.
I think we're going to be avoiding being cute here again.
I get the impression being cute's not going to win her over. I think being direct. I think your secretary feels held back.
We have to talk about feelings. I think your secretary feels held back. Shoujo flowers.
Yep, the shoujo flowers are working.
Yeah.
Cassandra Kite does not care for weededisms at all.
You said so yourself, right? She wants a promotion, but you keep turning her down. She wouldn't ask for a promotion unless she wanted to move up in the world. On the flip side, you've given the other board members benefits aplenty. They don't have as much of a reason to reach for more. In fact, seeing you give promotions and benefits to the people at the top probably frustrates her even more. Don't it just?
You know what? I'm kind of siding with her secretary right now.
What is it? Having a crisis of conscience?
Yeah, nothing. You have more evidence, I suspect. Right now, I just hear like the Danganronpa music like churning in my head right now as we're going through this.
Yes, I have one more thing.
Hang on. You got to do that right. Just one more thing, dear Cassandra.
One more thing.
These files you said didn't add up. Your secretary put them together. Go out some bread. The top one. Your secretary put them together to try and mislead you with false data.
Get some bread and mail, because those files are baloney. And you didn't even spell baloney right. Those files you said didn't add up? Your secretary put them together.
Yes, I know. I asked her to. I told you this, remember?
Right, so that means she could put whatever she wanted in them. In those folders.
Suppose? Where are you going with this?
She's planting evidence. What I mean to say is that your secretary has total power over what is in those files. She controls what you see and what you do. You said so yourself. The numbers in those reports made no sense. She must have included false data and records. Records that could point to one of your co-workers as the culprit. And if you fired one of them for thinking they were the traitor, well, then you'd be getting your pantsuit off.
And removed from the board. Good lord, I think you may be right.
I expected Cassandra to get angry again, albeit at her secretary instead of me, this time. But instead, she sits in silence, a deep crease in her brow. Cassandra, are you okay?
Certainly not. Would you be fine in my position? I've just learned that my most loyal employee has been lying to me, and I should be enraged at this, but I must admit, I feel strange. I can see her reasoning so clearly now. I can see myself through her eyes. We just gave her a fucking Charles Dickening.
Mind crush.
Okay, we were going to completely different things. Yes, we did
were.
give her a mind crush. I feel I may be the one in the wrong. No, we're clearly doing like the Christmas story right now. It's like maybe I should have I should have been nicer to my most humble and loyal employee instead of the fat fucking pigs that are running my board and controlling the stocks. And let's tear this bitch down, hammer and sickle. Anyways, the views and opinions expressed here are those of the individual participants and do not reflect the Dub Talk podcast as a whole.
The views solely of Andrew.
The opinions of Andrew, aka Classy Spartan. Yeah. And I fear I may be the one in the wrong.
I stare at her, wondering if I heard correctly. One of the wealthiest CEOs in the world admitting she was wrong and a subordinate is right?
Elon Musk would never.
If I hadn't signed an NDA, I would consider recording this. Whoops, she's still talking. Focus, Amelia. Cool it on the jokes.
And yet, even if there was any true danger, her actions are in direct violation of company rules. I should be thinking about firing her, not rewarding her with a promotion.
She pauses again.
She pauses again, consumed by indecision. Eventually, she looks at me and blinks in puzzlement. You're being unusually quiet. Don't you have any thoughts on this situation?
Oh, I guess that's her way of asking me how I would treat her secretary if were I in her place. Secretary deserves more? Your secretary had broken your trust and ruined everything you worked for. Give her the boot.
Your secretary deserves more, damn it. Your secretary deserves more than the table scraps you've been feeding her while you've been feeding filet mignon to your fucking pigs.
I mean, how much damage did she really do? She wrote a note.
The most she did was just gave her a bunch of, like, bullshit files and just gave her, like, a headache for a day or so.
Yeah. Your secretary deserves more. You should reward her dedication. I mean, it's only fair since you've been rewarding your other employees. And if she's as reliable as a secretary, think of how much she could do for the company in a higher position.
I like the way you think, Amelia.
Although, maybe don't mention that you knew her plans if you promote her. Gotta reward the hard work, not the evil plot.
I see. I will keep your suggestion in mind. Thank you. Oh, there's a little thing there. I'm gonna wait until I've returned to work to make that decision, however. It isn't one that should be made lightly, not when somebody's livelihood is in the palm of my hand.
True that. It's a good thing you have a whole luxury train ride ahead to think about it then.
Indeed. I'd much rather think about them than spend the trip in fear of losing my position. Or missing my daughter's recital, as it were.
So I've totally convinced you then? Cassandra's
Hang on.
lips quirk into a wry smile.
That is a very good kitty. Anyway, speaking of petting kitties, Cassandra, hey, we got some time. Cassandra's
Fade to
lips
black.
quirk in... Cassandra's lips quirk in a wry smile.
Hmm?
Yep, there's one for that. Beyond a doubt, your evidence is sound, and your deductions make much more sense than my clumsy attempts at sleuthing. You should be honored, Detective, if you are able to perform to my standards.
I'm game to try.
It's significantly more than I expected from a strange young girl barging into my train, at the very least.
Yeah, it's kind of a habit of mine now that you mention it. I like that we also have a new
We do have a nice thing, yeah.
Oh, and Cassandra.
Yes?
I'm glad we solved this mystery together. Not just for my sake, but for you and your daughters, too. I think you're a kind person underneath the cold businesswoman exterior.
I think you're a tsundere, is what she said. And I'm gonna tell you, my favorite anime is Toradora, so hey, let me play with your palm top tiger, if you know what I'm saying, Cassandra.
We should talk. It's your line.
Oh, really? And do you have any evidence to support this claim?
Plenty.
Popcorn, yeah.
You've made a point to shrug it off, but you clearly care a lot for your employees. You give them benefits they deserve, or mostly, and you value them despite their flaws. You were empathetic about your secretary's skills and heartbroken when you learned she lied to you.
See, empathetic makes more sense, but I think that said empathic.
Empathic? Are those different words?
Emphatic.
You were
Also, don't mind
emphatic
me,
about
it's,
your... Okay, emphasis.
Steph's making popcorn in the other room right now, so that's what that sound is.
I'm petting the cat.
She's also petting our cat.
It was very comfy currently.
And don't think I didn't notice how soft you got when I asked about your daughter. How about it? Do these deductions sound about right?
Cassandra smiles again, peering at me with a knowing gaze. I venture that certain inclinations may cloud your judgment in this instance.
I think I see two knowing gaze.
But thank you. That is generous of you to say. Cassandra looks at the files scattered across the cabin at all the graphs, charts, and records. I suppose we won't be needing these anymore.
Do you want help putting them away?
No, thank you. This is one mess I can take care of myself. Cassandra gathers the papers unsorted, understandable, given that a good portion are full of false data, and stores them in her luggage.
I was half expecting her to just throw them out the window of the train, and then I would have been very upset.
Then her company would have gotten sued for loitering. Or littering.
Yeah. That is that kind of movie move, and it's very sexy when you clear off the bed in a hurry like that, but it's unsanitary.
When she finishes, she sits beside me and breathes an exhausted sigh. I lean back into the cushy seat and do the same.
I definitely do not think about the fact that this is the closest Cassandra has sat next to me. I look across the cabin to the window. The sky has started to turn colors, blushing shades of red and pink, as the sun sinks to the horizon. We're well into the countryside now, racing past distant hills with the occasional farm dotting the fields around us. At one point, we passed some kind of ranch with a field full of horses. It stinks of manure.
Oh, see, I thought she was going to be like, hey, you want to ride them? I mean, what?
I turn to point them out to Cassandra. Rich people love horses, only to catch her staring at me.
I nearly forgot. I promised you a reward for your efforts in the event of your success.
Oh, here comes our smooch. What? Oh, right, you did say that. What did you have in mind?
Well, money is easily given, as are tickets to travel wherever you please, yet I can't help but feel as though you deserve a little something extra. You've displayed exemplary wit and charm. It would be unfair to give you something that requires so little effort on my part.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's what I do, Hold on, did you say charm?
Cassandra smirks. For a moment, she looks almost devilish.
Sweat drop.
Oh god, yeah, she's sweating with her. I have an idea. I spent all this time talking about myself, yet I barely know you. We have quite some time left in this trip, so why don't we spend it getting to know each other? Yeah, we got it, boys! We got him! Yeah, fuck! Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, Yes, I think it would be very much enjoy your, company. I'm taking over your company.
I'm taking over your company. Cassandra laughs in earnest. My face and ears are undoubtedly competing with the sunset's flushed hues. I look away in a feeble attempt to hide my embarrassment, but long fingers trace along the edge of my jaw, guiding my attention back to Cassandra. Don't be shy.
She tilts my chin with a knuckle. Despite her command, I am left speechless. She frowns, disappointed.
I've always been a proponent of delayed gratification myself, but
She brushes her thumb across the very edge of my lower lip. My pulse leaps at her touch.
I suppose young blood burns hotter than my own these days. I wouldn't want to lose my edge. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can't let yourself get out of practice, right?
Ooh.
Boom!
Ooh, damn, she do it.
Get in there!
Yeah,
What?
we did it. We did it.
Cassandra doesn't answer, but smiles and looks over my flushed expression. Then she tilts her head and guides me forward. Her kiss is firm, but not passionless. It lingers, but not nearly long enough. I rest my hand at her waist and under her open jacket, where it's warm. I lean forward, offering another kiss, but she draws away with a soft chuckle.
Eager to please, are we? Let's put that to use and find a more enjoyable way to spend our evening. Jesus Christ, yeah, no, she's going down on her, yeah, she's going down.
There's no witty response to that. It's just,
I don't have a witty response. I'm
No.
just gonna.
yep. I catch myself nearly swooning at the suggestion. I shake the feeling with an enthusiastic nod. Yes, ma'am. Cassandra laughs again. I feel a hand at my hip. Good.
Oh God, hang on. Let me finish chewing this popcorn. I want to do this right. Good girl.
Yeah, there's the fade to black that we were expecting. Waiting for the mommy. Mommy.
Yeah.
Sorry, mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Alright, so that's one of three. That took us about an hour to do. Alright.
I'm game to do at least another one of these routes, I think, if you're game.
Yeah, I think we should go. If I go back to press and then. Alright. Main menu.
See, I kind of want to see what's up with the classy dame now. Oh, hey, she's got a picture now.
Yeah, we got stuff in our binder.
I love her little doodles of herself. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's real good.
I feel like she would say, "Nothing personnel, kid." Like, seriously.
We have no personnel. Okay, these are all empty slots. Let's just go start. Do we want a new character, or is Amelia becoming a harem queen?
I like the idea of Amelia being a harem queen, personally.
Alright. So, sounds good. So who did you most want to see next time? I'm just gonna hit skip here until we get back
It's like
to
classy dame.
classy
I want to
dame.
see more of the conductor lady, though.
You haven't earned the right.
Ah, damn. Is she like the secret route or something?
I'm not saying that's exactly correct, but
Okay.
you make the fall colors look real nice.
I think. Yeah.
So I'm just hanging
Okay, yeah.
the skip option.
Got it.
Nice hat.
I thought.
Now she looks even more amused. Maybe that's a good thing? Why, thank you. I had to modify it a touch myself.
She's 5% smarter than Katarina. You know what? Yeah.
I think you like pulling my leg.
God, imagine like an older CEO like eating you out and being like, I think she likes me.
Yeah. And now
I think
we're
we'd
back
be good
to
friends. I want to know about that pearl necklace lady who's got like 6 bags.
And one of them looks like a pineapple.
I mean, she is a little bit fruity, it seems.
At once, an elegantly dressed woman comes to mind. She seems sweet, if a little high maintenance. Who needs that much luggage for a 1-week trip? Oh, also, did we want to take a quick break if we're doing one more tonight?
I could pee.
Yeah. I could recycle some fluids.
All right, back at 5.
Yeah, we'll do a quick break. Thanks for sticking with us so far, guys.
We'll
I know, Arcus, you said you're only going to be only an hour free. Yeah, be back soon. We're back. I should have gone directly to the gameplay screen. There we go. We're just making terrible jokes off camera.
Mm-hmm. That we were.
I spotted more than one designer label in those bags. And on her cute little clutch, too. Ma'am? Ah, let's go for it. Is her cabin free? I quickly point out the women, which woman I mean. The conductor smiles at me as though she knew all along who I'd request. Just don't get too starstruck. Before I have time to ask any more questions, I'm hustled into inside the train. In no time at all, I find my compartment and enter without knocking. So you said without knocking? That seems forward.
Oh, are we in the same car again?
Look, they only had 2 months to make this game.
Ah.
Right? You reuse the assets you can. I
Fair
probably should have knocked. They had to really QA test that steamy scene at the end of the Cassandra route.
So, I'm gonna try my best bougie bitch. Let's go.
The woman sits there, looking out the window with a forlorn expression. I get the sense that she's looking at something much further away than the stationary train that next to us in the station. Wherever she is, it takes her a moment to come back and notice me. But she does, blinking once in surprise.
Oh, hello.
Oh, this is going to be a lot. The moment she smiles, it's like the sun is shining throughout the whole room.
I was wondering if I'd be stuck in this thing all alone. That would be terribly boring, don't you think?
She smiles even wider. I'm left tongue-tied. Suddenly struck by the urge to bow or tip my hat. If I were wearing one, I stumble into an awkward introduction. I do.
Now this is big, mommy energies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, big like opera drama singer vibe.
For sure.
Ursula's the only one coming to mind, but that's not the right vibe.
Oh my god, I just got it. I just got that Amelia is the detective VTuber. God, I didn't even intend that. That was purely accidental. I just thought like Amelia's like a good detective is like a good. She looked like an Amelia to me, just aesthetically.
It's
that's
beautiful.
what I thought she was a pilot. That's fucking. Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
That's very funny.
I do. But now I feel pressured to endlessly entertain.
Hey, now you know what it's like to stream on Twitch and do a podcast. Actually.
Fortunately for you, being charming is my default state.
Okay.
I say as my voice gets higher and higher. I'm Amelia.
I get the feeling that she is going to be a sucker for us being an awkward dork, and that's only going to turn her on even more.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey, dear. And you are?
My name is Oh my... Fuck off! Fuck off!
The Iris Ed is never over!
Are you
I did not know. I did not know.
Did you know?
I did.
Did you fucking know?
I had no idea.
You have been fucking with me for weeks. Every time I'm playing I the Somnia Files, I'm like, yep, this is gonna be the week we finish the Iris round, and you're like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Lol.
And immediately
Lamau.
the day I finished that fucking route, immediately we're doing this, and now we are back on the fucking Iris round. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jackson.
Oh, God loves me. It's your line. But when you're ready.
My name is I. God, I gotta be back in the character now. Fuck me. My name is Iris. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Iris stands up and offers me her hand. I shake it, hoping my palms aren't too sweaty.
Arms are spaghetti, though.
She's nervous, but on the surface, she's ready. The pleasure's all mine. Iris settles into her seat, smoothing down the hem of her dress. She's got that sort of perfectly practiced elegance that I could never master. I was always a little too rough and tumble to ever feel comfortable in a dress as she looks. Though only a few seconds pass by, my mind is screaming for me to fill the void with conversation, any kind of chatter to keep her talking in that sugar-sweet, cookie-crumbling kind of voice of hers.
Hang on a second. Crimson, shut the fucking up. You just like Jackson, you better stop this route midway through. It's like, Jackson, I swear to God, we're finishing this fucking round or I'm fucking done.
So I do what I always do in new situations. I pry. Business or pleasure? I was getting a little jittery before traveling. How about you?
I get the feeling she's going to like cute. So I say get a little jittery.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little jittery just because I'm... That was a big laugh and now I need to come back down. I always get a little jittery before traveling. How about you?
I knew it. I had
Pinky?
the same problem when I was younger.
Look at that pinky up. Thumb on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, darling.
But I don't really have that luxury anymore. My job has me traveling most months out of the year. You see, I
lift up my hand, interrupting her with a grin. I know. Teacher, pick me. Wait, don't tell me. I'm a private eye. It's my job to find out things that are hidden. I bet I could tell you things about yourself you didn't even know. Consider it a party trick.
Oh. Well, I didn't even know I was a lesbian until I hit 30.
Good. Okay. Good. She's got full lips. Expressive. Right now she's smiling coyly, teasing me.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something else I overlooked that you'll discover for me, detective.
My cheeks heat up.
Oh, she's a fucking flirt. Yep.
Boy, howdy.
Our little sweaty disaster PI is definitely losing her shit.
Are you reading the chat now?
The shades stay on during sex, yeah. I'm reading the chat.
An undeniable thrill lights up in me at the confirmation that I didn't even know I was waiting for. Oh good, she is into women, is what we think. Iris crosses her legs and leans back in her chair, chin resting on one hand.
Well, go on. You did promise to be endlessly entertaining.
Mind if I take your hands, milady?
Milady. Iris takes a good, long, languid moment to reply.
Don't mind the sweat. It's
just long enough to make me sweat, and wonder again if I was about to get in trouble for shooting off at the mouth.
Don't mind the sweat.
Certainly.
Press her palm in mine. Instantly, a few details spring out to me. You had your nails professionally done not too long ago. The line is on this French manicure is super crisp.
Don't. Okay. Make a sex joke.
Yeah, it's the two of us. We're not going to get away with that.
We have to make a sex joke. It's long.
Well, long nails get in the way of something. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more. You must need your hands for something that requires focus and attention to detail.
I do.
I imagine long nails would get in the way of that.
Oh, they're gonna fuck in like 5 minutes. My God.
Play any instruments, Iris? I don't know innuendo instruments for the female genitalia.
Tambourine.
Just clamshells. It's bad. I'm ejecting from this joke. She just smiles.
Anything else?
You aren't wearing a wedding ring. That's a good face. I love that face.
Oh my god. Oh.
Iris
Iris
shifts.
shifts from amused to shocked, almost concerned. Oh. Wasn't a graceful move, but I'm not one to blunt my words. Smoke. Nothing else explains that tan line. It's fate, meaning she hasn't worn it in a while.
Oh.
But there's an indent on her finger, a mark of years of use. She was married for a long time. The divorce was a year ago.
Oh, I'm loving this lady's expressions. This is real
Oh
good
god,
art.
was she in like a marriage with like a guy for like a couple decades, even though she knew she was gay? Lordy.
If she was married longer than or before she turned 30.
It's possible.
The way she's peering at me is different now. Less doting, but not severe either. Just interested. More interested than she was before.
What else can you tell me about myself, detective?
You smell really, really good. Or you have a kid. Can we assume that from those childbearing hips?
I mean, she's worth it, but we really can't assume that she has a kid right now. But
You smell nice. She smells like shea butter and expensive perfume. But that's probably way out of line to mention. There's no way to say that without seeming like a creep? A creep who sniffs people?
it's for the job. Don't worry about it.
It's who we are. I like your perfume. That's the most innocent way to say it. I can feel my cheeks heat up again from that knowing smile. Someone like her is probably complimented all the time. I wonder if she knew what I really wanted to say. And I can't quite tell what you do, but everything in me screams entertainment industry, but not an actress. Appearance is important to her, and the trappings of luxury. A musician? Perhaps a singer. Iris laughs.
Iris laughs, yeah. Alright, fess up. There's no way you could have guessed that just by looking at me. Come on. Fuck off.
No, I feel like we could have, just from that profile picture. Profile image. Her almond eyes crinkle in mirth.
You must be a fan of mine.
If I wasn't before, I certainly am now. I let go of her hands reluctantly. Now that I don't have an excuse to touch her anymore, I expect her to retreat. But as the train pulls out of the station, she remains seated close to me.
Oh, honey, she's gonna eat you up. I'm a singer, but I told my agent not to book anything for the next few months. My voice needs time to recover, and I need an escape from...
A flash of hesitation. Unmistakable. Iris is a woman who wears her heart on her sleeve. I can tell. And she's not used to hiding who she is, or what she's feeling. Is everything okay at home? I think of what she said about being recently divorced. An unfamiliar sting of jealousy and protectiveness.
Everything is fine. I don't want to worry you with my problems, darling. You're a perfect stranger.
Just what she needs right now. I'm the perfect stranger. For this situation, let me help you.
I can be whatever you want me to be.
You don't even have to remember my name. Please? At least let me try.
I'm sure you would rather enjoy your trip in peace.
Despite her words, her hand inches closer to her purse. She fills with something inside, running her index finger over it. It sounds like paper. I'd never leave a damsel in distress. Whatever is bothering you, even if I can't help, well, I can at least be a friendly ear to chat her into. She looks relieved, like I'd given her permission. From her purse, she pulls out a thick white envelope and rifles through its contents. I get some splashes of color, thick, glossy sounds of photographs peeling apart after being stuck together for too long.
I haven't shown this to anybody.
Under her breath, she speaks again, thinking out loud.
It feels wrong somehow, like I should handle this myself.
Do we go professional or personal?
I'd say right now she needs personal.
Okay. It's okay to ask for help when you need it.
I'm not ashamed to admit I can't handle everything myself. But this is something different.
Iris pushes a handwritten note into my hands quickly. Then she turns her whole body away, as though she can't even bear to look at it any longer.
Does nobody have a computer in this universe?
Yeah, I'm not sure what era we're looking at here. I guess if a train company CEO is traveling in style and is doing well in this economy. Poor Iris.
Maybe.
Whatever is in here, it can't be pretty. Quickly, I scan through the letter. I wish I could say I'm surprised by what it says. Someone's trying to blackmail you. The stack of photos have to be something incriminating. I wonder what Iris could possibly have in her past that she so desperately wants to keep hidden. It doesn't seem violent or criminal in any way. Oh dear. The letter says that her career is built on lies. That Iris didn't earn her position or influence.
Does anybody?
Yeah, no, this is just a misogynist hater.
Probably.
Yeah. It goes on to say that they'll expose her.
They want me to send money to that account number or...
Something here doesn't make sense. I hate to interrupt her, but I noticed more than once her family name is brought up in a line of the letter. They say your family name is the reason behind your success? Iris bites her lower lip, hand twitching up to cover her face. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
No, I do. It's just hard to admit. My name is... I told you my first name is Iris, and that's true, but most of my documents have a fake last name. Because my real one is Tanager. I'm Iris Tanager.
Yeah, I can't think of a better way to pronounce that. I have these silent swallows between us, and I'm left reeling with the revelation. Tanager? As in the Tanager crime family?
Ooh.
How could someone like Iris be mixed up in something like this?
I'm sure you can see why I can't go to the police with this.
She speaks dryly, and seeing her so calm goes a long way towards making me calm as well. My heart is pounding still. Yeah, no kidding. So are you you and your family... There's no delicate way to phrase this. Are you close? Iris immediately shakes her head, clutching her purse a little tighter.
No, not since I was a young woman. The moment I turned 18, I left them.
Melancholy washes over her, a shroud of sadness dimming her sunshine smile.
It was hard at first.
Closing her eyes, she takes a deep breath. When she opens them, she is clear again. Whatever dark memories were holding her down, she isn't going to let them win for long.
But I knew that if I stayed, I couldn't become independent. If I relied on them for one thing, no matter how slight, I'd be under their thumb forever. I'd be exactly what that letter is accusing me of being.
She nods to it with a disgusted grimace.
The very idea of them sabotaging my rivals or funding me in any way makes me sick. I take great pains to repudiate and vet all my sponsors.
Cool.
And I never perform in any venue without researching who owns the stage.
Oh, man. I don't even know who owns the chip brands I buy. Or Iris. That sounds so rough.
I respect it though.
Yeah. More than anything, I want to ease her stress a bit, so I try to lighten the mood. Time to make a poor joke. So that's why I like you so much.
Ooh, damn, being direct.
Iris blinks. Love a girl who's into doing her own detective work.
Damn, she's just gonna take her like right now. Startled laugh leaves her after a moment of stunned silence. Flustered, Iris can only wave me away.
Maybe they helped without your permission? No, let's not do the intrusive thought idea, or the...
It'll be okay.
Yeah, not words. It'll be okay.
I know, I've gotten out of worse scrapes than this.
She sighs hugely. Speak.
It's just so stressful to think that no matter what I do, it'll always come back to them. No matter how much fame or fortune I acquire on my own, it'll be overshadowed by that last name.
As Iris speaks, I keep glancing down at the rest of the envelope still in her possession. I'm certain if there's anything I could do to fix this, the key lies in those photos. Mind if I take a look at those too, Iris? Iris is less hesitant to hand them over than the letter. Either she's more comfortable with me now, or she thinks that they're less incriminating than the contents of the letter, naming her as a gangster heiress. Shuffling through them, I fan them out on my lap and pore over what I find. Took out the competition. A big stage. And a briefcase with a note. A briefcase full of money with a note.
I'd say go start with the briefcase or the hammer. Those are the most interesting one.
This is a photo of a suitcase filled to bursting with cash. The suitcase has a note taped to it saying it's a gift. Yep. It's addressed to a name I don't recognize. Who is this addressed to?
Yeah, who's this?
I tap on the name.
My first agent.
I know Iris says she's careful, but maybe. Was there a chance you slipped up? Hired someone in cahoots with your family?
I don't know. It was so long ago. Hammer. Or stage, okay.
I'm just going through them in order. It's a pretty unassuming picture on its own. Just an empty stage, the walls painted lime green. The coat so fresh on the walls it looks shiny. Upon looking more closely, I see the stage itself is not what I'm supposed to be focusing on. The front row seats are all cordoned off, reserved for family. Where were they that night?
I'd say, were they there that night? Yeah. No, and I have videos of that crowd too. There's a note attached saying my family is the reason that venue sold out. But that's not true.
Can you prove it?
Hammer. Like, what the fuck's going on there?
I'm sure it's nothing. Cold fear washes over me once I realize what I'm looking at. The first thing I see is a hammer, then the shadow overlaying a woman's hand. Her wrist is twisted back in a painful position, the threat from above all too clear. On the bottom of the photo is a messy scrawl. It reads, "Took out the competition." I shiver.
Okay.
What's our approach with Iris? Like if this was Silver Fox Cassandra,
I'd say pull no punches. I think maybe Iris could use a little sensitivity in her life.
I'm sorry. This must be really rough to go through. Is it sad to say I'm used to this?
Is it sad to say I'm used to this?
Iris looks out the window. Again, I see that strange look across her face, the way she seemed when I first saw her. Lost. Whoever is doing this is going all out.
Indeed, if even one of these got out in addition to my name being revealed.
Iris just shakes her head. I know this isn't really an option, but do you even have enough money to pay that sucker off? The amount our extortionist wants is pretty fucking ridiculous, even by pop star standards.
Ooh.
We have a little to swear as a treat.
You get one as a treat. No, if I wanted to, I could.
Her eyes flash
with open pain. Ask my family for help. I'm certain they could spot me the cash.
She says
it bitterly.
Offer Iris your vast riches. I'm actually thinking, this thought just occurred to me, that maybe the family is behind this.
It's very possible, actually. Yeah.
And gets her to come home. Maybe they're the ones doing this.
Trying to get me desperate enough to return? Why now?
You're famous now. You could do them a lot of good. As she considers it, Iris soundly refutes the idea.
No, they would have wanted me when I was still young and malleable. As unhappy as my decision made them, they gave me their blessings in their own way.
But about those pictures, anything more you can tell me?
I don't even know where to start.
How about that one with the stage?
Iris lights up in the car with her smile again. It takes all my self-control not to smile back at her like a big love-struck goof. So you admit it. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
My first full house!
Yeah.
It was in El Lagarto, one of the oldest clubs in the city. It was even a speakeasy in the 20s.
Huh. There, you getting to use that the voice you intended to use from the start now?
Yeah. Iris takes the photos from me. A few of them actually spark up a lot of fondness in her eyes. They treated me like a queen. It's one of the happiest memories of my life. I was, 23, 24? I don't even know. I still had my first agent then.
She disdainfully ignores the photo of the bribe and pauses over the most damning photo of them all. Do you know her?
In the scene where I worked, everybody knew everybody. And we all know each other's business, too. You couldn't keep a secret longer than a week in those days.
Yeah, we kind of need to know now.
We kind of need to ask directly what happened.
What happened to her? Iris turns the photo upside down.
She up and left one day. No explanation. Always figured she got pregnant. Being unmarried and pregnant is a scandal that might ruin somebody's career today. Back then, woof.
The more I pry at Iris,
fair.
The more I start to sense that some inconsistencies in the narrative. I don't get the sense that she's lying to me, but there's something bothering me about those photos. Wait a second. Let me take a closer look. Maybe there's something more here.
Alright.
Take a look at those bills. The suitcase says your agent was the one being bribed. But you let her go in your early 20s, right?
That's correct.
She says, a little guardedly. So, look at the dates on them. Those are all minted last year, so they couldn't have been gifted to anyone decades ago.
Mm-hmm. It's not that many decades.
I'm trying to clear your name, Iris. We can't fuss over your actual age. We can fuss over your actual age later.
It's not a deal breaker for me either way, she says.
Stage. You said they treated you well here?
Yes, they did. And they comped all my drinks. And all my friends who worked backstage, too.
The memory makes her laugh, and the sound sends a little tingle down my spine. Focus, girl.
She down bad. She down bad.
Focus, you disaster lesbian.
All right.
You're left-handed. That sounded more direct and pointed than I wanted to. I point at the stage. Everything here is set for a right-handed singer. And the paint. You said it was an old club?
It looks pretty renovated.
Yeah. Was it freshly painted just for your performance? Iris quiets down, thinking hard.
No, they didn't. They wouldn't.
Not for a fresh act, no?
Part of the charm was the culture around it, the sense of experience that only age can bring.
Hmm.
You know, I'm almost thinking that's like a tagline for this game.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about yourself or the club?
Whatever floats your boat, darling.
Iris raises an eyebrow, trying hard not to seem stern, but I can tell she's pleased.
And hammer.
You said nobody can keep a secret. Did anyone know the singer was married?
What? No, she never married.
Then what the heck is this on her left hand?
She wasn't the type. And trust me, there wasn't a person alive who could change that woman's mind.
So why does this woman in a picture got a band round her ring finger? A soft gasp, barely covered when she claps a hand over her mouth.
Oh my goodness! You're right!
Oh, she's pretty and dumb. She leans closer.
And she's missing her beauty mark. This isn't the same person at all.
A very convincing double, perhaps. These are all fake, Iris.
Lagasse.
I stand up, waving them triumphantly in the air. Okay. Yeah, so any of these blackmail photos are being staged. Because there's no actual blackmail. Someone doctored these photos, fudged them around to make blackmail material. These are all fakes. Edited, modified, staged, whatever you want. However you want to phrase it.
You're the fake faker.
But why? I'm stumped. Was there a rival in Iris's life? Someone with a vendetta against her family?
An ex? Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, I forgot about that fucking sprite. Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
Iris slumps in relief, one hand over her chest.
If you could figure that out with just your eyes, then surely.
She strokes her chin, brows furrowing.
Perhaps if I lawyer up, get my PR firm in action.
Iris starts musing out loud, quickly revolving so that she's in control again, planning a way to protect herself. I realized then exactly how scared she must have been, if she only just now started thinking of a real solution.
I wish I had someone else look at these sooner.
As though remembering my presence in the car, she looks up and smiles gently at me.
Thank you so much, dear. These photos had even me thinking everything I knew was wrong.
Worst of all, I realized that until this very moment, a small part of me had been convinced too. All's well that ends well? We did say this, or she did refute this. Let's try all's well that ends well?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm not sure which will work best here.
Though not completely at ease, Iris seems genuinely grateful.
Hearing you say that almost makes me believe it. And I've been missing some hope in my life.
She starts
She
playing
starts
away.
putting away all the photos, tucking the envelope back in her purse. The letter remains on her lap, folded. It feels sinister, like it carries its own weight. I wouldn't want it out of my sight either.
Ding, 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 ding. What is this alarm for?
Good question.
A cell phone.
Oh, cell phones exist. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
A cell phone blares out an unfamiliar tune, making us both jump. Laughing sheepishly, Iris pulls out her phone and checks it. A text from one of my kids. I don't know if I can answer it right now.
So she is mommy. Okay. And we could have.
Amelia's being like, oh. My head is still too jumbled. You really love them, huh? Iris laughs fondly, scrolling through her phone for something to show me.
Oh, yeah.
They're my whole world! Here, want to see a picture?
Sure.
Iris sits closer, showing me a photo of her with two boys. They're both pretty cute kids, and I wonder how much I can figure out about them before Iris takes the phone away.
Detective Brain. You're a good person, Iris. And a good mom, I'm sure.
I'd almost say you are a mom I would like to frolic with in a field of flowers. No, frolic doesn't sound right. I need to think of something more apt.
I get a lot more bold when I'm trying to be nice.
Ooh, yeah.
What I'm saying is it's clear you aren't anything like your parents. Iris isn't someone who would let her kids get dragged into the criminal underbelly of the world. But maybe someone like that, someone who would try to raise their kids in a dangerous, violent world, would be someone who isn't willing to let go.
Did you say something, dear?
I blink a few times, then pound one fist into my palm, exclaiming loudly,
Eureka!
Them! It's them. They won't let you go. Getting up, I begin to pace. You're a careful woman. I have no doubt that Iris isn't connected to her family anymore. Someone who takes this as seriously as she does would leave no stone unturned. So we're going to apply Occam's razor here. The simplest solution is the best one. There are only two groups we know for sure are aware of your past. You and your family. So unless you're blackmailing yourself, yeah.
I think it's yourself.
Yeah. The simplest explanation is your family is the one blackmailing you. She goes still.
She goes, oh.
Her face freezing. Not fear exactly. It just looks like a computer overloaded with too many instructions.
Okay, so computers exist in this realm too. Okay, so this is a modern context.
Which does not require modern solutions. Think about it. Who else would they be able to... how else would they be able to stage all this? Or know exactly how to hurt you? It's always the people closest to us that hurt us the most. A perfect replica of the Lagarto Club. A photo shoot of a model who looks like your old rival. It's so meticulous.
I don't know. Keeping the ring on seems like a pretty amateur mood.
Only someone really devoted could do this? Or just like you?
you?
Let's try just like you. So meticulous, just like you.
Just like you.
I can tell Iris is biting her tongue, fighting hard to say whatever it is currently going through her mind.
I can accept why you choose to see it that way. Though I resent the implications that I'm anything like them.
Yeah, that's, I think, what I was trying to get. I didn't mean for it to be offensive. It's just common sense. No matter how much we dislike our family, they're going to be a huge influence on us. Isn't this whole debacle proof of that?
I've been on my own for so long, I refuse to owe them anything. I built my career with my own 2 hands. I changed my name on my own, bought my first dress, all with my own money that I earned.
With a trembling hand, she puts a linen kerchief out of her purse.
But even after all that, even after that, I still...
Iris dabs at her eyes, careful not to smudge her makeup. She sniffs once, and then seems to settle down a little. She looks up, like she's hoping gravity will help her keep any more tears from falling.
Get back in there, Tear.
Hmm?
They'll never own me. If I have to keep fighting all my life, I will.
Taking the letter, she rips it right in half and lets the pieces drop to the floor. That can't have been easy. More than anything, I want to comfort her. But would all that be out of line?
I don't think that's out of line with her.
That bright smile of her lights up the whole room, to say nothing of her voice. I can easily see how she became famous. But when Iris falls quiet, the whole mood of the room drops down with her. Steeling myself, I sit closer and put my hand on her lap. I'm sorry, Iris. She doesn't respond, just rubs one thumb over the back of my hand. Is there anything else I can do? I might not have the money or lawyers she has, but maybe. With a finger under my chin, Iris draws my attention back to her.
Thank you.
But I haven't done anything. I just made some observations. I want to protest, but she shushes me. Then Iris surprises me with a long hug.
She seems like the type that gives great hugs, so that checks out.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeez. Her body is soft under my hands, the scent of her perfume washing over me.
I feel lighter than I have in months, and it's all because of your help.
Drawing back with a smile, she strokes my cheek again. I feel like all I did was make you upset.
Oh, pshaw.
More shocking than a hug, Iris beams. The effect on me is instantaneous, my mood lifted up along with hers.
Oh god, I love the fucking face on Amelia right now. It's like, hot brain. On the contrary,
I was lost, dear. Too scared and tired to tell anyone.
Nope.
You good?
Yep.
I clicked the wrong button.
Yep.
But you helped me realize. I've been fighting against my family for my whole life. This will just be one more battle. One that I'm going to win. I'm happy.
She grins. I'm so
happy I could just kiss you right now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I
Uh-huh.
mean, hey, if you want it.
A nervous laugh escapes me, heat rising in my cheeks as I try to joke along. Feel free!
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Just enjoy this for a moment. Yeah.
Ooh.
But then she does.
But then she does, yep.
Do you want to read some of the steam?
I squeak in surprise as Iris takes me up on the offer, one arm locking tight around my waist and pulling me close. Iris cups my face in her hands, tilting my head back and kissing me. Her lips are soft, and when she pulls away, she presses another kiss to my cheek. I feel the imprint of lipstick, a rush of expensive perfume, and then I'm left on my seat feeling thoroughly disheveled.
That was, So
Flustered.
I'm gay.
Oh, go back. Go back.
Yeah.
Go back. I want to.
I'm gay.
I want to read that. Flustered.
I rub the back of my neck and stammer out a lot of things that don't make any sense, ending it with,
Thank you.
"Thank you."
Yeah.
Despite the surety of her action, the way she grabbed me without hesitation, Iris seemed a little flustered too. It's been a while since I've done that with anyone. Was it up to your standards, dear?
Oh, definitely. I wink. We can call that payment for my services.
Iris sits back in her chair, eyeing me up and down with amusement. Now I think we could work out something more sustainable than just a kiss, detective.
I
I
grin
grin
wide.
wider, knowing my face would be bright red.
Good thing we have plenty of time left in our trip.
I'm sure it'll be an interesting week. Reaching over, Iris takes my hand, our fingers linked together.
You don't happen to have any of your music for me to listen to, do you?
Damn, listen to her in the background while she's screaming and singing your name while you're going down on her. Bold of you. Excitement lights up her eyes, wearing her nerves, but Iris takes out her phone and shuffles through a few albums before landing on her latest single.
I am just imagining her holding the one note just as long as possible.
Oh yeah, she would. She would. Iris is a fucking screamer through and through. Let's be fucking real here.
The benefits of dating a singer.
Oh yeah. I hope it's your style.
I'm sure I'll love it. So we sat,
enjoying each other's company, and the sound of her voice ringing out like a pure silver bell.
Wait.
Guess
Ooch.
what? Guess what, Jackson? Iris round complete again! Yeah! Yeah!
You've defeated your demons.
I've defeated... Kissed so good it made her come out the closet a second time. Oh my god.
Yeah, look at that. Wonder if these do anything. No? Okay, those aren't other tabs. We could click on this to go back to there. Nice.
Interesting, they're different artists.
Yeah, let's close your go over to the credits for a second. So yeah, they've got a whole bunch of different artists here. So
okay, yeah, no, we definitely give props where it's due for sure.
Producer at Yuri Gods on Twitter.
Yuri Gods is a powerful thing for sure.
This is a lot of just strong usernames in here, I think.
I respect that.
Yeah, no. This was all very, very well done. So, I was expecting this to just take the one night, because I cleared one of these routes in 20 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. But if each of these is taking us an hour, maybe we stop here for tonight. I'm
okay with that. We've been here for like 2.5 hours, so I'm okay taking it a little easy. But no, this has definitely been very fun for sure.
I've been waiting so long to get this game on stream with someone, anyone to join me for this. But
fair enough. So there's two more routes, I'd wager.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think we go romance the butch lady next time, and then after having done all three, we get to romance the conductor lady.
So I'm okay to do a part 2 next week of your game.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do this next week if you got the time. I know today was a holiday for you guys.
Yeah, I think next week I might need to start a little later so I could have a little more time to get home from work and like actually eat dinner. But yeah, no, I'm game. I'm game to do this next week if you want to.
Yeah, I would like. Yeah, so this was like we said, this was just for free on itch.io, or it's pay what you want, and those funds go to various charities. Yeah. All right. No. Are you muted on the screen?
Am I muted?
Okay. It may have been just that.
Ayo, 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 how's that? Okay.
Not anymore, Jesus.
Anyways, I don't exactly have the best, like, 50, 60 something year old lesbian voice, but I had a lot of fun reading these characters for sure.
Yeah, obviously we're not the target audience for a game like this, but...
I know, but it's still fun to do this stuff like that.
The fun of video games. And role-playing.
Hey, you know what?
And dating sim.
Gay people make gay games for themselves. Hey, fucking hey.
Oh.
It's a whole adage where... I like to... I know a lot of people like to complain about, like, hey, if you're not satisfied with representation, why don't you do it yourself? And it's like... Fuck it, I will. And then they're mad.
Bitch, I might.
And then, bitch, I might. And then they get mad when the game doesn't cater exactly to them and their tastes, despite them being like, "Why don't you make your own game?" It's like, it's a very aggressively straight male perspective to just be like, "Why isn't this made for me? Why isn't this for me?" Well, it's like, not every piece of media is going to be made for me. There are things I love that I know Steph doesn't care for, and vice versa. It's like, people have their own tastes and identity, and not everything is going to be made for everybody.
Yeah, and you can sample a little bit of everything before become a more well-rounded person.
I always like to think of the old song from a musical. You could be 9 people's favorite thing or 100 people's 9th favorite thing.
Oh.
Like, just I don't know. I'm sort of losing myself in this adage, but hey. Good for Amelia. We're going to stick with Amelia being a harem queen for next week, I'd say.
Good shit, good shit.
I like that.
Okay, I think it's time for us to head on out of here. Who is live that we can raid?
Ooh, good question.
We've got some options. That's Megan Shipman's VTuber is live right now. Or
wait, what?
Megan Shipman has a VTuber.
She does?
She's a moon princess.
Yo, fuck it. Let's go say hi to Moon Princess.
Yeah, and she's playing Pokemon at the moment.
Dope. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Arcus. Every voice actor you know is going to become a VTuber. It's only a matter of time.
Hey, good on them. Amelie's Monarch is pretty strong, I'll say that much.
Really strong animation on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Better than Effie's. That's...
Your favorite... Oh, you know what? Between VTubers and shilling NFTs, I already know which one I vastly prefer. At least one pays artists. And that is a mic drop.
Yeah. On that note, let's head on out of here.
All right.
Good to see everyone. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.